Drew McIntyre is dropping some huge teasers about his future, so we'll see what could be coming there. We'll also check out Jade Cargill's massive statements, Rhea Ripley updates, and more. Let's start things off with a mini Drew McIntyre update. Following a program of teaming with Matt Riddle, a lot of fans were intrigued to see what WWE decided to do with Drew McIntyre following Riddle's sudden release. And a lot of fans were very pleased with what they saw. The September 25th edition of Raw continued the story of Drew McIntyre acting more selfish and entering even deeper into that tweener area. Ever since Jey Uso came to Raw, Drew McIntyre immediately teased the idea of him having a massive problem with it. Obviously, Drew McIntyre still can't stand Jey Uso due to the feud that he had with Roman and the Bloodline back in 2022. Even on Jey's first week on Raw, Drew said that if he has a bad run-in with Jey Uso, then he was going to come for the individual that was responsible for bringing Jey to Raw, and in that case, that would be Cody Rhodes. So a feud and confrontation between Cody Rhodes and Drew McIntyre was teased from the very second that this entire Jey Uso trade took place. And a few weeks back, Drew McIntyre and Jey Uso had a match which really kicked off Drew's change in attitude. Instead of helping Jey Uso fight off the Judgment Day, Drew McIntyre left the ring and let the Judgment Day destroy Jey until Cody came out. And it's a tough situation because obviously feeding someone to the wolves like that is no doubt a heel gesture. But when we take Drew's past into consideration, we can definitely understand why he would do that. It was Jey and his family that unfairly screwed Drew out of the WWE title just last September, and Drew isn't willing to just let that go, and that's understandable. But now, those actions have a lot of superstars looking sideways at Drew. During his appearance on Miz TV, Drew McIntyre said that leaving Jey like that was simply karma for what Jey has done in the past. But before Drew can say much else, the New Day arrived to call Drew out on his actions for leaving Jey all alone. They said that Drew leaving instead of helping fight off the Judgment Day was very cowardly, and not the same Drew that they've known from over the last few years. Drew tried to get the New Day to see things his way by asking them if they remember all the beatdowns and torment that Jey Uso put them through during his time with the Bloodline. But the New Day said that it was all in the past, how Jey was just trying to make things right. So you have Drew McIntyre who's holding on tightly to that grudge with Jey Uso, while the New Day is taking the more babyface approach and trying to give Jey another chance. And the heel tendencies from Drew McIntyre only continued during his match with Kofi Kingston. The Viking Raiders attacked Xavier Woods at ringside, and Kofi Kingston was distracted watching all this go down outside the ring and wanted to help Woods out. But Drew, acting in his new heel-like ways, couldn't care less about what was going on outside of the ring and shoved Kofi down while he was distracted and hit him with a Claymore for the win. And even after the match, when Kofi needed help from an attack, Drew McIntyre still decided to not help and walked up the ramp. So Drew McIntyre is definitely headed for that massive heel turn that everyone has been waiting for a long time. But at least in this very moment in time, we so far can't blame the man. He has every right to hold that grudge against Jey Uso for all the horrible things that he did during his time in the Bloodline. And now he just had the New Day making fun of him before their match. So why would he help them with that post-match attack after they just poked fun at him? So that's why everything Drew has been doing up until this point, it's been perfectly justified, and we can't blame him for all those actions. But we'll have to see if Drew McIntyre will cross the line soon with even more heavy heel actions. So keep a very close eye on everything Drew does over these next few weeks. A very popular topic of discussion in recent weeks has been Rhea Ripley's absence from WWE television. Rhea's last appearance was back on the September 11th edition of Monday Night Raw, where she successfully defended her title against Raquel Rodriguez. That's also the same night where Nia Jax made her big return to WWE by taking out both Raquel and Rhea. And after Rhea was nowhere to be seen the following week on Raw, that's when it was revealed that Rhea was apparently injured from Nia Jax's attack, which is understandable for the story. Definitely want to make Nia a big threat right away by having her take out the champion on her first night back. But then Rhea missed a second consecutive week on Raw under the same reasoning. She was still apparently hurt from Nia's attack, but fans started to worry and wonder about what's really going on with Rhea and why she hasn't been allowed at Raw. Well, reports claim that everything is more than fine with Rhea Ripley. She isn't legitimately injured or going through anything bad at all. These few weeks have apparently been time off that Rhea requested a while back. So it was just a mini vacation for Rhea Ripley following Nia's attack. And she already is rumored to return on the October 2nd edition of Raw. We'll have to see if WWE will immediately turn to Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax as the next big feud for the women's world title, or if they'll save that for a later time. Speaking of big potential matchups, let's get into the possibility of seeing Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. With the signing of Jade Cargill being made official by WWE, it has everyone's heads running with great ideas for potential feuds and matches for her in WWE. One of these potential matchups being a meeting with Bianca Belair. ESPN recently asked Jade Cargill about the match with Bianca Belair, and Jade had some very high expectations for that match. She had this to say about it, quote, "It's definitely a WrestleMania main event. That's something that will have people glued to television screens. That's something that'll have people buying out stadiums. That's a dream match, and I think people will show up and show out for that match," end quote. And she's completely right. That would be a clash of two massive titans in the industry. Bianca Belair's last few years in WWE has been full of nothing but dominance and major wins. She's even undefeated at WrestleMania with 3 straight wins. And same goes for Jade Cargill. Her last few years in AEW had been nothing but dominant. And who could ever forget her massive undefeated streak during that time as well? So seeing the both of them collide sometime in the near future would be a sight to behold. Bianca Belair coming fresh off her return and Jade Cargill coming fresh off the biggest WWE signing since arguably Cody Rhodes. The AEW and Edge rumors continue to pick up steam ever since his last WWE match back in mid-August. Originally, there were rumors that WWE and Edge couldn't see eye to eye on a new contract during negotiations, but Edge quickly shot down that report and said that he had the new contract in his inbox. He just legitimately doesn't know what he's gonna do. Well, over the last few days, reports have been claiming that Edge is extremely close to signing with AEW more than ever. Edge is apparently a completely free agent as of October 1st. So, if he's going to sign with AEW, it looks like that window of possibility officially starts as soon as the month of October. But what are your thoughts on today's stories? Leave your comments below. Don't forget to subscribe with all notifications on, and leave a like if you enjoyed. Thanks for watching, guys.